Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness a masterclass in good parenting.
What'd you say?
Don't
Oh,
you're fucking the fuck.
what the?
Before we get started, I know that my lovely critics like to come on my platform and talk about how
I like to hate on black people because I'm not black.
which, by the way, I am very black, but okay. This is your opportunity to leave, to scurry away, because you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, you saw the introductory video, you know my personality, you know what I stand for, so you know what this ain't gonna be. I'm not going to be sitting on my platform talking about how this mother is an excellent mother. I'm not going to be sitting on my platform talking about how it's okay for kids to be cussing and carrying on in the car. I'm not going to be sitting on my platform and saying it's okay for kids to be sitting in the back seat of the car on the way to school, singing Pooh Shiesty while, and this is the most important part, not wearing their seatbelt. So now that you know that, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to get the hell on. Let's go.
Love me or hate me, God knows you made it. Winning ladies' eyes on me.
You know, I look at videos like this, and I immediately know that these kids have no chance in hell. Oh, sure, if there's intervention by somebody other than the people who are taking care of them on a daily basis, perhaps. Perhaps. But what's the likelihood when this is the person raising these kids? I saw this video and I read through the comments, and I was so happy to see so many people had a problem with this. The majority. But of course, because we live in the world and it takes all types of people to make the world, there are folks who saw nothing wrong with this. The kids were having fun because what they saw was a loving, doting mother driving her children to school. They saw children in the backseat who looked clean and they had on their clothes and they were on their way to school. Nothing wrong with that, right? Unless you really look at the situation for what it is, which is a mother who is allowing her kids to listen to some profane lyrics in a rap song, a mother who's encouraging her kids to curse, a mother who, and this really should have been my number one, is allowing her kids to sit in the backseat of a moving vehicle with no safety mechanism, no seatbelt, no nothing. Do you know how many videos I see of children, well, I mean, this is the aftermath, killed because they weren't strapped in properly, they weren't in a car seat, or they weren't wearing their seatbelts? Because the parents will say, well, the kids like to take off their seatbelt. And this happens. Children do that, absolutely. But when that happens, you pull over on the side and you put them back in and you reprimand them so they stay in seat. So this isn't just a criticism about her letting her kids get all riled up and listening to these nasty, profane lyrics on their way to school. This is about a woman who doesn't love her children and care about her kids enough to prioritize their safety. So I'm going to play this again so you can hear from her own lips. And the thing about her is she is standing 10 toes down in this, validating what is going on in her own car.
Why are you ignoring the seatbelt comment? Because they didn't want to wear the seatbelt listening to Pooh Shiesty, bitch. When you listening to a gangster, you want to be a gangster. They don't want to be safety. They don't want to listen to Beethoven on the way to school and go back to sleep, bitch. That's why.
And these are the type of kids that go to school and terrorize the teacher. When their parents don't know any better, you cannot expect for the children to know any better. When there is a lack of discipline and structure that's coming from the household, these kids come to school and they act like menace at school because their parents think menacing behavior is normal, okay? And they try to act like it's not that big of a deal. What the f do you mean your kids are not wearing seatbelts and they don't want to be safety because they're listening to Pooh Shiesty? And she's dead f***ing serious here. She's saying this like she's saying some real ass or something.
I saw comments from people saying, can y'all please tell me who she is? Because I need to tag CPS, Child Protective Services, which I 100% agree with. And there was somebody saying, oh, don't do that. She could guess this woman get in trouble and get her kids taken away from her. She's irresponsible with her children. I always tell y'all, we live in a village. This is a global village, but we live in a village. This is a village, and we should be looking out for one another. And children are just that, children. So when you see a parent being irresponsible with a child, you shouldn't have an issue with someone caring enough about those children to say, I'm going to report this. If you see someone putting a child in a dangerous position, you should speak up. And y'all who talking about, oh, you don't want her to lose her kids, and she should not want to lose her children. She should operate like she loves her children. And putting them in an unsafe position like that is not love. You know, I've done these videos now for years, and I don't intend to stop unless these videos stop. Unless people stop acting like fools online and putting their kids in precarious situations. I'm not going to stop. The best thing that you could do is just leave. And I've had people do that. Unsubscribe because they go, oh, you always have something negative to say about black people. This ain't about black people. This is about behaviors. Send me the video of the white mother letting her kids listen to Pooh Shiesty on their way to school, and they're not strapped in their seatbelts. So just send it to me. Send it to me. All my information is in the description box. Send them to me. I don't discriminate. Anybody who y'all want to be profiled on this platform, send it. Send it. I welcome it. Because this is about class, and it's about culture, and it's about attitudes. And so no, I will not stop talking about it. So the best thing you could do is when you see my name come up in the For You page or whatever, just scroll past. You don't got to watch. I would hope that you'd watch so that you learn something, so that you could see what not to do. But if that bothers you to be corrected, if it bothers you to see someone correcting these behaviors and talking about these behaviors, then don't watch. Continue as you've been continuing. It's quite fine with me. I've told you before, I just don't want to be around it. But when it comes to underage children, I absolutely will speak out. And I'm grateful for the people who said that they would call CPS for this lady, because she deserves to have CPS called on her, because she's endangering her children's lives. And this is a broader conversation too, because I see so many of these mothers just setting their kids up for failure every single time. And not just this incident with these kids in the back seat.
Walk, attitude. Ooh, walk off. Ooh, attitude. Ooh, walk off. Y'all so pretty. Who y'all mama? Brianna Smith. I don't know what the type of heart this is. Give that shit up. Y'all do not love each other.
And these are the parents who these teachers have to deal with every day in school. What is this teaching kids? And there's going to be someone who comes through and says, oh, she's teaching them to be self-assertive by doing this? There's ways to teach your kids to stand up for themselves without having to denigrate someone else. This ain't it. And y'all ain't learning. And it's just exhausting. I told someone recently, I said, I'm really to the point where I really have just given up on a lot of these folks. Let them live how they want to live as long as they stay over there and I'm over here. And the person said, well, you can't completely remove yourself from them. I said, I know that. I'm on the planet with them. But for the most part, I can. I can stay away from this. I can keep my family away from this to the extent that I can. Because all it is a poor, toxic, negative influence, and they don't see it. Everybody out here celebrating all the nasty things, celebrating all the toxic things, celebrating all the things that are bringing down this black community.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Disclosure for what I'm about to say. And I don't disrespect people or their children until you disrespect me and my children. Because guess
this creator's mad because people are, quote, coming after her kids. No one's coming after their kids. They're coming after you. You are responsible for these grade school age children, and you have them just parading around in their new school clothes. Okay, cool. But then the language, the middle fingers, like, that's cute. And then you take them to school and they are not belted properly. And one video, there's 3 kids in the car and they are not belted properly. You can see the seatbelt in the car still not being utilized. So you're mad because you put your business on social media and now we have to take up the slack. Because I promise you that Child Protective Services investigation is coming. It's coming. Like, I don't understand how you think that you can just put stuff out on the internet and it be catchy, or it be something that you just don't care about the controversy. I don't care about controversy. I care about the safety of children.
When you are trying to rise and do well in school and speak well and save your money and build a life and be accountable, those things are shunned by certain subcultures. And someone said, oh, you only talking about a minority. It's just a minority. I don't think they are the minority. I think they are a majority. And I think the well-to-do Black folks are the minority. Do I have stats on that? No. Mostly anecdotal, mostly my observations. I think people are in denial about how big and how pervasive it is. Just my thoughts. And I'm sure if you have stats, feel free to counter. Just my thoughts, my personal feelings. I think it's much bigger than we are leading on. And when it becomes pervasive like this, obviously people are going to speak about it. But this is a class issue. This is a lack of education issue. And people just not wanting to do better. I feel for these children. I have a tender spot for kids. I really do. And I hate when I'm looking out. And someone said in the comment section, all the wrong people always have kids. And I used to think that too. But I realized that some great kids come from bad parents too. You know? You have a lot of wonderful people in the world who are great because they came from bad parents, because they saw what they weren't supposed to be and what they weren't supposed to do, and they rose beyond that and above that. So, you know, it takes all types of people. But it hurts to see people like this around impressionable kids. It really does. And I feel sorry for these children. I said this 1,000 times on my channel, that I watch some children who are misbehaving, who are disrespectful towards adults, who are disrespectful towards each other. And I just always think in the right hands, those kids could just be something so great. And some of them turn out great despite their circumstances, like I said. But that's not the majority. You know? And so I hope that this woman wakes up. I don't think she will, because she came on and she was being defensive, like, oh, I don't talk about people's kids and stuff like that. Ma'am, you recorded this video, thought it was appropriate, and you uploaded it to the internet. You surely didn't think that people would be tuned in and saying, atta girl. Come on, man. Most people put the best things online, like the highlights of their life online. So if this was the highlight of your life with your kids, I don't want to see what it's like on a daily basis when the cameras aren't rolling. And this is just a clip, yes, but I think it's a symptom of a larger issue. And it bothers me. Every time I see these things, they bother me. And again, I'm not going to not speak about this because some people are uncomfortable. The best thing you could do is either tune in, glean what you need to learn, and then leave. Or if you are so triggered by it, then don't watch, period. But I hope the right people do watch. I always tell y'all I am more focused on reaching those kids, because the parents, they doomed. They gone. You know, but I hope like some kids come across this platform and it does something to them and for them. Honestly. The parents, I ain't worried about y'all. Y'all done live your life. Y'all ain't interested in nothing. So continue doing what you do. Anyway, follow me on my blog. It's called thisbahamiangyal.com. Please sign up for my newsletter. My weekly newsletter is called the Sunday Edit. Completely different vibe. Very relaxing. Very introspective. Very, talking about things that really matter. I mean, these things matter, of course, on my platform, but it's a totally different pace. Totally different pace. My newsletter goes out every Sunday at 10 a.m. sharp. So if you are signed up, and a lot of you signed up, thank you. Thank you very much. I was surprised myself. For those of you who signed up, if you have not been seeing it, please check your promotion tab. Check your spam folder or junk, because sometimes these newsletters will get delivered there automatically. Gmail and Yahoo and the rest of those will just automatically put it there. So if you keep hearing me talking about the newsletter and you haven't seen it and you signed up and you opted in twice, please go and check your promotions tab. We have a great one coming out next week, Sunday at 10 a.m. Also follow me on Rumble, This Bahamian Gyal, rumble.com/This Bahamian Gyal. Follow me on, if you prefer to listen to the audio podcast while you're driving, while you're cleaning, cooking, while you're working on your car in the garage, just put me on. I'm on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, everywhere that you get your podcasts. And of course, follow me on Instagram at This Bahamian Gyal and on TikTok at This Bahamian Gyal TBG. Please, like I said, if you have interesting videos that you'd like for me to react to, I do social commentary and reaction on this channel. If you want me to react to something, please go inside the description box and look for the 2 emails that I have there and send them to me. Send them to me. I'd love to. All right? And I will catch you all in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, my name is Rogan. This is the This Bahamian Gyal podcast. On my platform, I do social commentary and reaction videos. I encourage my audience to have private conversations in public. So I'll see you in the next episode. Toodles. Some YouTubers aren't quitting because of burnout. They're quitting because of trolls. Not criticism, not feedback, harassment, and noise. Constant negativity in the comments section by people who don't watch your channel to engage, they watch to attack. That's why I wrote Hate Mail. Why trolls hate you and how to stay sane in a world of online hate from a professional troll wrangler. It's a laugh out loud survival guide for dealing with online bullies, trolls, and other provocateurs without letting them take over your head, your channel, or your life. So if you're a content creator or thinking about being a content creator, you need to get this book now.